So, Baba, you're explaining the Master's prayer or the universal prayer. And Baba, you asked me to record this because you are giving this as a personal lesson, but then we said that it will be good to record. And what you mentioned is that we will go word by word in the universal prayer and you will explain to us. So, the first thing is, O Parvardigar, the preserver and protector of all.
The preserver and protector of all. One who preserves everything, right? And protects everyone. Protector of all. All means the entire universe. Whether it is the animal kingdom, fish kingdom, from stone to human beings to everything. Everything that encompasses the universe, right? So I am the preserver of all. Without beginning and without end. I exist. I alone exist, right? There is no beginning and there is no end to me. Every time there has been a need for the highest of the highest soul to come, I come in human form. Correct? Non-dual. There is no duality about who I am. Correct? There's only one. There's only one highest of the high.
Beyond comparison.
Beyond comparison, whom can you compare the highest of the high?
Right, you can't compare with anyone.
Anyone else?
He's alone. He's beyond
we're talking about the highest of the high soul. Okay? Highest.
And none can measure you.
Yeah, and none can measure me. Because it's very difficult to understand and measure what is something beyond your own comprehension. Isn't it?
You are without color, without expression.
Absolutely. I'm formless. Isn't it? When I come in human form, I take a form in human body. God in human form, right? That's when I take a body for everybody or for my chosen few to know, as I have done in the past, in many, many incarnations, right?
Right. Without form and without attributes.
I have no attributes because the highest of the high soul comes sans karmic impressions, right? So there are no attributes to me. You can't put any attributes.
That you're good, you're bad,
Correct.
You're
because
have no attributes.
There are no attributes at all.
You're neutral.
I'm completely, with no attributes at all.
No, with no attributes, okay. So you're unlimited and unfathomable.
Unlimited and unfathomable. Because at that highest of the high soul level, I'm limitless. If you see and if you have observed in the universe, sometimes you will see even a small insect which is like a dot, isn't it? You may have observed, right? Or an ant, for example. Can you fathom that all the organs, how they exist in that small ant? Can you fathom what will be the size of the heart of the ant?
No.
Absolutely. So, continue what?
So you're saying that's how you're unfathomable. No one can understand.
No one can understand.
Beyond imagination and conception.
Beyond
imagination and conception.
And conception, you can't even imagine that a small ant's heart will have a size. Correct?
Correct. And you'll have no conception about how it can be created.
How it can be created, absolutely.
Eternal and imperishable.
Eternal and imperishable, correct. Everything that exists in the universe is eternal and it is imperishable. We believe that it perishes but it comes back again, isn't it?
So whatever perishes, you replenish.
Yeah.
In the universe, you replenish.
Yeah, when a flower dies, there's a new bud that comes, right? It doesn't perish. It perishes for a reason because it has finished its journey, isn't it?
The next one is, you are indivisible and none can see you with eyes divine.
That's correct. No one can see me with eyes divine.
Why do you say that no one can see you?
Because I just exist, right? There is no form. You see me as a form because in human form, we operate on the five senses, right? So for those five senses, there has to be an akar, correct? So when I come in human form, I have to have a body, right? So that's how you can relate. Your soul is in human body, my soul is in human body, so we can relate, isn't it? So for that relatedness, I come in body, isn't it?
And you always were, you always are, you always will be.
I always exist. I alone exist, correct?
Okay.
You all are an offshoot of my existence, isn't it? Because you all come back to me.
You are everywhere, you are in everything.
So true. That is why they say that I am everywhere, isn't it? And I am in everything. I am also in the glass of water. So even if you are dealing with just a glass, that glass has energy. Respect the glass. Deal with it in a nice manner. Correct? That's why they say keep your house neat and clean, isn't it? Get rid of the clutter. Why? Because I exist everywhere.
And you are beyond everywhere and beyond everything.
Correct. I'm beyond everything, isn't it?
So when you say beyond, so everything, if everything is everything, then what is beyond everything then?
I'm beyond the limits of your thinking and mind.
Okay.
I'm beyond everything, beyond all that.
All the limits of what our mind can fathom.
Correct.
But yet there is something which is beyond our mind and beyond our thinking.
Absolutely.
And beyond what we think is everywhere.
Correct.
There is something which is where you are also. Okay, you are in the firmaments and in the depths.
Yes, I'm in the deepest of your thoughts, your feelings, your minds, right? And I'm also very frivolous at times. I'm in every firmament that is around me, even in an atom, in a molecule. Correct? It's me and my energy.
You are manifest and unmanifest.
If you want to believe and see me in form, I will manifest, right? When I leave my form, unmanifest, just pure energy.
And all planes and beyond all planes.
Yeah. Beyond every plane that you can think of, even when the soul departs, I'm beyond every astral plane, right? In every plane, on every plane, I am beyond all that. I reside, my energy resides, but I'm beyond all that.
You are in the three worlds and also beyond the three worlds. What do you mean by three worlds?
Interesting. When we talk about the three worlds, one is pure world, which is human form, right? Then we talk about a world when the soul departs, astral world and beyond. And then there is a world which is beyond, where only I exist.
Okay, so those are the three worlds. So human plane and afterlife
and beyond also, life.
And beyond afterlife also.
Absolutely.
So that's what you meant by three worlds, okay.
Yeah.
You are imperceptible and independent. But I think you're perceptible because we can perceive you. Why do you say you are imperceptible?
Yeah, because you're perceiving me with 3 or 5 senses, right? Isn't it? That is the basic 5 senses through which we operate.
5 senses, yes.
Yeah. You can perceive me that way.
And when you say independent?
I'm independent beyond every reasoning. I'm independent. I as the highest of the highest soul, I'm completely independent.
You are not dependent on anything or anyone,
correct.
Any logic, any rational. No rational.
I just exist, right? I mean, I independently exist.
You are the creator, the Lord of Lords.
The knower of all minds and hearts. So true, isn't it? Because I create and I destroy.
So what do you create and what do you destroy?
I create impressions, I destroy impressions, I create the universe, I destroy the universe, isn't it? I create human form, I destroy the human form. I create everything around me. And it all gets destroyed in time when required, to run the universe.
But you also said that you replenish.
Of course.
So whatever gets destroyed.
Because I have said in one of my messages that there's no need to create a new universe. What more can you create, right?
Correct. And when you say Lord of Lords, so there are lords and then you are the Lord of Lords. So who are these lords that you're referring to?
Lord of Lords is everything that great saints and masters and energies that run the universe, right? I've said I've got representatives who run the universe. One day you can be a representative to run the universe, right? So they're all lords in their own way, right?
Okay.
So I'm the Lord of Lords.
So basically you said if they're a representative like perfect masters.
Correct.
And you are above those lords, above Lord of Lords, above those
Correct.
lords and above those. Okay, and the knower of all minds and hearts.
Yeah. I know everybody's mind and heart. I know a mind of a heart, of a fish, of an animal, of everyone.
So you know what they think.
Yeah.
A
Because I
fish.
have created, right? Absolutely.
So you know even what a dog is thinking and
Oh,
what
yes.
a elephant is
Oh,
thinking.
yes, absolutely.
So you can read their minds.
Absolutely.
And-
Because everything is my creation, isn't it?
You are omnipotent and omnipresent. Omnipotent. So you're saying you're that powerful.
Absolutely. And omnipresent everywhere.
So if you have that kind of a power, what kind of power you're referring to, and what do you do with that power?
It's the power. It's the power to create. It's the power to perish. It's the power to replenish. Correct? As in our Hindu scriptures, we believe, you create.
Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar.
Correct.
Create,
you preserve,
maintain,
and you destroy.
and
Yeah.
destroy.
And you destroy. Yeah.
So that's the omnipotent that you're talking about.
Correct. And omnipresent. Yeah.
And
The
omnipresent.
creator. Yes, absolutely.
So you have the power to shift also. Can you shift planets, and can you shift their orbits, and can you shift the universe?
I told you everything runs at my own whim and wish and will and fathom and whim and fancies. Correct?
Yeah.
So yes, it's everything is my creation.
So when a meteor is coming towards the earth, and you know if it comes in the earth there will be destruction, you have the power to shift that path of the meteor to go to an ocean rather than falling.
Most certainly.
And do you do that?
Many a times, which is totally not seen by the naked eye, isn't it? There is so much happening in the universe, as I said. It's very difficult to fathom.
So you use your power to save the earth from those meteors and shift their trajectory and path and
Yeah, many things.
land them
Many
into a
things.
safe place
Yes.
or disintegrate before.
Yes.
So
That's
you do
just
all.
a small example. Yes, correct.
Okay. Your knowledge infinite, power infinite, and bliss infinite.
Correct.
So what knowledge you're referring to?
Every knowledge in the universe comes from me. Knowledge of education, art, culture, painting, creation, whatever.
Technology.
Technology. Every knowledge disseminates from me.
So
I told you there are planets of knowledge, right? Where the souls go, and depending on their karmic journey, they come back with that knowledge, right? To apply here. Because it's only on earth that there is human form, isn't it? So there's a constant influx coming and going, correct? Constant.
So even the 4G and the 5G, even these knowledge comes from you.
Yes, it gets representative through souls who come from that planet of those knowledges, right? And then they use it. Yeah, they use it for the betterment of mankind. We've seen where the world has come from, where we all started, right? From Stone Age to where it is today. So there is continuous improvisation that is happening. And in saying that, in continuous improvisation, there is also downside to it, isn't it? Everything cannot be perfect. So there are also downsides. If you have nuclear energy, then you also know what nuclear energy can do, isn't it?
So you're saying even that knowledge infinite brings all the knowledge.
Absolutely.
All the future knowledge
Absolutely.
also. Okay. You're the ocean of knowledge, all knowing, infinitely knowing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Same thing. The knower of the past, the present, and the future,
Correct.
and your knowledge itself.
Yes.
So when you say your knowledge itself, what do you mean?
I am knowledge. Everything disseminates from me, as I said.
Your knowledge. So that is in Sanskrit we call Sat Chit and Anand.
Yeah.
Eternal, full of knowledge.
Eternal, full of knowledge.
And bliss. So
And
you're
bliss.
saying your knowledge itself.
Yeah.
So that is what you're referring to, okay? You're all merciful and eternally benevolent.
From everybody's experience, they will know how merciful and benevolent I am. Isn't it?
But everyone knows that you also squeeze their neck and they all say, where is your mercy?
No, we are only talking about the prayer. So if I'm all merciful and benevolent, I am merciful and I am benevolent.
So explain that a little bit. At the end, how do you show that you're really all merciful?
Don't worry, whatever your journey, you will merge into me. You will wait to see me.
So that's what your mercy
That's
is.
the benevolence, isn't it?
That's the benevolence.
If you're truly with Baba, that's all you want. You want to see me, isn't it?
So that's your mercy, that
Correct.
sinner or the saint
Come, absolutely. Come back to me.
come back to you because you're merciful.
Yeah. And I don't judge you when you come to me.
Okay. And you're the soul of souls, the one with infinite attributes.
I'm that eternal soul, the eternal parent, whose DNA is in everybody. Isn't it?
You are the trinity of truth, knowledge, and bliss.
Yep. Only truth exists from knowledge, correct? And that knowledge, when disseminated or enhances people's experiences and existence, it is also blissful, isn't it? Technology also brings you a lot of bliss, isn't it?
Correct. So the trinity is about truth, is it truth and knowledge and bliss. Okay. You're the source of truth, the ocean of love.
Everything begins and ends with me. I'm the only truth.
Everything else is false.
Everything else is false. Everything else is false existence.
Maya.
Absolutely. It's an illusion. And that also is created by me.
You're the ancient one, the highest of the high.
Yeah. I am the highest of the high.
And when you say you're the ancient one, what do you mean by that?
The very first soul that existed in the universe. I am that ancient soul.
The first soul.
Very first Adi soul, as they call, right?
Adi soul, the
Yeah.
ancient. And you're Prabhu and Parameshwar.
That's what you all call me, isn't it?
You're beyond God and beyond God also.
Beyond God, yes. I am God and I'm still beyond God.
So what do you mean beyond God? We thought God is everything. What is then beyond God?
See, in your language and perspective, to put it through clearly, you identify with someone, some super energy, right? You feel where you come from and you're going to go back. So you call that energy God. But if you ask me, I'm beyond that God, isn't it? You've given it a name, isn't it? So I'm beyond God. I'm beyond. I have created that illusion, and through that illusion, you have put me on that pedestal by calling me God. But I'm also beyond that God, isn't it? Because I am that very first soul that existed.
So one way of saying that if we believe X is a God, Y is another goddess, Z is someone else, you're saying you're also beyond all of them.
Yep.
So those are, if we call them lords, so you are the lord of those lords.
Absolutely.
Okay. You are Parabrahma, Paramatma, Allah, Ilahi, Yejdan, Aura Majda. God Almighty and God the Beloved. And you are named Izad, the only one worthy of your worship.
Yeah. These are all names that have been given to me when in human form, right? So I honor and I represent all of that.
So that's what you meant in this paragraph, that these are my different names given by mankind.
Correct.
And you said the only one worthy of worship.
Yep. It doesn't restrict to only those names, but I'm the only one who's worthy of worship because I'm the highest of the high. Isn't it? So my name is not there as Meher Baba. My name is not there. Correct? But I'm the highest of the high.
So maybe you can summarize, Baba, when did you write it and why did you write it and what thoughts came in your mind? Is it, it's a little bit of history about this universe.
Baba says we'll keep it very brief.
Okay.
It's all there for you to read and know. There was a need for me for a prayer to come from me, correct? So that it's on everybody's lips and it knows that it is Baba who has given that prayer. So it's not that somebody else has written or personified it or to their understanding. So when it comes from the real source, you will honor that prayer, right?
Right.
And I've explained that prayer. So we should leave the essence at that itself.
Okay. Thank you, Baba. Thank you for sharing sharing your universal prayer and explaining it. So maybe the last word is from you in terms of summarizing it.
No, do my prayers every day. Take time out and do my prayers. And as I said, hold on to my Daman, which is the most important prayer. If you remember that prayer, you have got the tick mark. So on that note, Baba loves you all. Stay blessed and stay happy and cheerful.
Thank you, Baba. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय.